Okay, ever been stuck on shore with a reel that just gives up? Yeah, me too. That's why we're talking Shimano today. Hey, I'm James, and I test fishing gear so you don't waste cash. Honestly, Shimano's kind of the gold standard. But which ones? All right, let's get into my top 10 Shimano spinning reels. No fluff, just what actually works, all right? All the product link in the description. I have an Amazon and AliExpress $15 off with free shipping discount code available, link in description, or visit promoworld.com. So grab a snack, or like your cat. Let's go. Number 1, Shimano Nasci FC. So I've been using the Nasci for, a few months now. Took it out in both freshwater and salt, and it surprised me in a good way. I mean, first impression, it looks clean. Like, not flashy, but solid. Kind of like that one dude who never talks but always catches fish. I used it mostly with light braid, 10-pound stuff, paired with a medium rod, chucked everything from soft plastics to small cranks, and yeah, buttery smooth. Drag's consistent, no weird jerks. Hooked a chunky bass last weekend, and swear to God, it handled it like a champ. Key features. So here's what actually stood out, right? It's got this super smooth reeling action. Not like crazy high-end smooth, but for the price, way above average. Water resistance, decent. I accidentally dunked it once. Oops, but it didn't freak out. That drag, though, solid. Quiet, controlled. And it's pretty dang lightweight. Not featherweight, but enough that you don't feel worn out after hours of casting. Here are some pros and cons. Pros: affordable, but doesn't feel cheap. Smooth as heck. Handles both fresh and salt like a pro. Just works. No drama. Cons: the handle's okay, but not super premium, if you're picky about that kind of thing. And it's not sealed like the fancy reels, so yeah, rinse it if you hit salt water. Who it's for. So who's this for? Honestly, I'd say if you're a weekend warrior or even just starting out and want something reliable, but not overpriced, this is it. Also great if you need a second setup that won't kill your wallet. Final verdict. Final thoughts. The Shimano Nasci FC is kind of like that reliable old truck. It's not going to win beauty contests, but man, it'll get the job done every time. It feels dependable, smooth, and it won't break the bank. All right, if you've used the Nasci, let me know what you think down in the comments. Number 2. Shimano Sedona FI. Let's talk about the Shimano Sedona FI. A lot of people ask about this one, and honestly, it's a reel that punches way above its price. First, the important stuff. It's got Shimano's Hagane gear inside. That's their fancy strong gearing. All you really need to know is it makes the reel feel super smooth, and it stays smooth. It's not going to get all gritty on you. Plus, the body is designed to feel more balanced on your rod. It just feels right. Less wobbly, you know? I had this out last week and hooked into a pretty decent Katla, and that first run, the drag was just perfect. No jerking, just a nice smooth zzz. It honestly feels like a much more expensive reel when you're fighting a fish. So quick pros and cons. Pros: that smooth Hagane gear, the incredible value for the money, and it's actually pretty tough. Cons: well, it's a little heavier than the super expensive carbon reels, and it's not totally sealed for salt water, so you just got to rinse it well if you take it to the coast. So who is this actually for? It's for the weekend angler, for the person who's ready to upgrade from that first cheap combo. It is maybe the best first serious reel you can buy. Final verdict. It's a yes, absolutely. For the money, the Shimano Sedona FI is just a no-brainer. You get that premium feel without the premium price. I'll leave a link below if you want to check it out. Let me know what you think. Number 3. Shimano Ultegra FC. I've been running the Ultegra 2500 for a few weeks now. Took it out on a windy day. Like one of those, why did I even come out here days. Casting was rough, current was pulling, but this reel, man, it was smooth. I was dragging a finesse rig along some rock ledges, thinking I'd maybe get a nibble. Then boom, big smallie. Pulled drag like crazy, and this thing didn't even flinch. It was like, calm down, bro. I got this. Key features. So here's what actually stood out, right? It's got this super smooth reeling action. Not like crazy high-end smooth, but for the price, way above average. Water resistance, decent. I accidentally dunked it once. Oops. But it didn't freak out. That drag, though, solid, quiet, controlled. And it's pretty dang lightweight. Not featherweight, but enough that you don't feel worn out after hours of casting. Here are some pros and cons. Pros: super smooth, like buttery, feels solid but light. Killer drag, handled big fish no problem. Looks pretty sharp too, if you care about that stuff. Cons? Price is mid-range, so not budget by any means. And yeah, not fully sealed. So rinse it after salt, obviously. Who it's for. So like, who is this reel for? Honestly, if you're past that beginner stage, but not trying to drop Stradic level money, this is it. Perfect for folks who fish a lot but still want to be smart with their cash. Weekend tournaments, long days on the bank, this reel can hang. Final verdict. Final thoughts. The Shimano Ultegra FC is just one of those reels that makes you feel confident. You don't think about it, you just fish. And that's kind of what we all want, right?
Number 4, Shimano Saragosa SW A. Grab this thing. Feel that weight? Hagane body, solid metal. Not light, but power, stupid good. Drags monsters. And X-Protect seals, bearings locked down tight. Dunked mine chasing cobia, rinsed it, zero grind. Salt just slides off. Silent drive, retrieves butter, even when a jack's peeling line. Propulsion spool, fewer winds knots in chaos. Waterproof drag, game changer. Got swamped in a storm, drag stayed smooth. Landed fish, no drama. Real talk. Used this on a 5-foot blacktip. Reel didn't care. Smooth under rage, pure tank. Pros: indestructible in salt and sand. Drag's a beast, handles runs. Silent and smooth. Seriously. Sealed drag actually works. Line management saves sanity. Cons: heavy, you'll feel it. Pricey, paying for armor. Bulky, big sizes equal boat anchors. Handle knobs basic. Who's it for? Offshore guys, surf hunters, kayak warriors, pure bruisers. Salt, power, survival. Not for pond finesse. Verdict: heavy? Yeah. Pricey? Yeah. But if you need a reel that will not die in the suck, this is it. Saltwater hammer. Trust it. Link below if you need this beast. Number 5, Shimano Nexave FD. The key features. Look, this isn't a reel with a long list of fancy tech, and that's the point. It doesn't have Hagane gears or X-Protect, but what it does have works. The way it lays the line on the spool is actually really good. You get fewer of those awful wind knots than you'd expect from a reel this cheap. And it has a super stopper too, which just means the anti-reverse is instant. When you set the hook, it's solid. No weird backward handle slap. For my real-world experience, this is the perfect story for this reel. The other afternoon, after the monsoon rain finally stopped and the sun came out, you know that perfect golden hour? I didn't want to make a big thing of it. I just grabbed a light rod with this Nexave on it, walked down to the Gagra Canal, and just started casting. Caught a few small putti fish, one little rui, nothing big at all. But that wasn't the point. The point is, it was just fun. The reel did its tab. It was smooth enough, the drag worked fine, it just let me fish, no fuss. Okay, so pros and cons. Pros? The price. I mean, it is crazy affordable. 2, it's a Shimano. So even at this super low price, you get a level of reliability that you just don't get from some random no-name brand. And 3, it's perfect for a beginner, a kid, or just as a backup reel to have in the car when the opportunity strikes. It's for anyone who just wants to go fishing without a big investment. My final verdict? Look, is it the best reel in the world? Of course not. But is it an amazing value for the money? Absolutely. It gets the Shimano name and the reliability into your hands for literally the price of a nice dinner. You just can't argue with that. It's a fantastic starting point. I'll put a link below if you want to see it. Number 6, Shiamno Stradic FM. So first time I used this thing, I was out early, super calm leg, birds were going off, everything just felt right. I tied on a little jerk bait, started working the weed edge, and boom. Hooked a chunky bass on the third cast, like solid fighter. And the reel? Smooth as butter. Drag didn't flinch. No weird sounds, no stutter, just clean power. It felt expensive. You know what I mean? Key features. Now, I ain't gonna hit you with every single tech term, but here's what actually matters. The reeling feels stupid smooth, like weirdly quiet. Drag is tight, not sticky, just does what you want when you need it. Super light, but still feels strong, like no flex, no rattle. It's got that you'll keep this reel for years kind of vibe. Pros and cons. Pros. Silky smooth, seriously. Drag is predictable, in a good way. Built solid, feels premium without being flashy. Honestly, fun to fish with, makes you feel confident. Cons, pricey, like not break the bank pricey, but still. Handle knob's good, but not super grippy when wet. Kind of makes your older reels feel, sad. Who's it for? If you're leveling up your gear game, like you've outgrown the budget stuff and want something you can trust, this is it. Perfect for serious weekend anglers, finesse lovers, or just anyone who wants that premium feel without going full Stella. Final verdict. So, final thoughts. The Shimano Stradic FM is smooth, strong, and just feels right. It's not hype, it's just that good. You'll use it once and go, yeah, this one's staying in the lineup. Anyway, if you fished with it or thinking about picking one up, drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this video helped Evan a little, maybe give it a like. Sub if you want to hang out for more no BS gear talk. All right, I'm out. Tight lines, y'all.